Alright, YouTube, Occult Literature video number 38 on the Sword of Moses, one of the better grimoires, honestly. As far as being in a compact form, you can't really go any better than this. It's 47 pages, but it contains over 100 separate specific spells within it. Extraordinary in the compact nature of the actual work. Now, as always, link in the description to where you can purchase my version of this work on Amazon, the edition which I made. Second link as well in the description of my books blog. There are many other grimoires, alchemical works, things on fortune-telling, folk magic. It's literally all there. Kabbalah, astrology, a little bit of everything for a little bit for everybody. Now, the Sword of Moses, as I said, is 47 pages. It's not a particularly long work. That's fairly standard for this type of specific manuscript. But as I said as well, it's quite compact. Now, this edition does have the full list of sort of divine names or divine words, as you could term it. It's sort of a simplified Hebraic sort of invocation. Now, the sword itself is not a physical sword as in one you would hold and cut down your foes with. It's actually a sort of incantation itself. And in combination with these rather specific rites and charms that are further listed towards the end of the work before the list of the names actually begins, by using these sort of magically charged words in tandem with these other short rites and rituals. For instance, there's one to protect you against lightning. There's one to protect you against vicious animals. Another to travel safely for curing blight in your crops. Literally anything under the sun that you can think of that you would want a spell for, it is here. Some of them are more simplistic than others. For instance, one of them calls for using a piece of lion's skin dipped in black gall, inscribed with one of these divine words, and this protects you. From one thing, and then you have to make a silver ring and inscribe it with a different sort of incantation or magical word for something else. It's kind of folkish. It's a little bit like the sort of material in the Grimorium Verum or the Petit Albert, as it may be. But for sometimes different purposes, and the idea behind the actual rites is different. Of course, in those works, you may have a divine sort of pentacle or something with magical words upon it. This specifically, though, is almost entirely rooted in the use of this divine lettering, this divine language. That's really what sets the Sword of Moses apart. I would compare it favorably with most grimoires as far as the ease of use for somebody who's interested in magic. Now, it covers everything from sort of the healing arts and protection, the white magic side, to sort of destroying your foes and preventing obstacles from hindering you, which would be more the black magic side or gray magic. It really has, again, a little bit for everybody. The number of uses is quite profuse, and it's quite condensed. That is, most of these charms and rites, they are a sentence or two long. They simply tell you what to do with the divine word, and you might be inscribing it on a talisman or a piece of parchment or something like that. You may be writing it on a rock and leaving it somewhere to cause some sort of effect, and it can protect you from all sorts of things, destroy your foes, and so forth. A pretty standard style of grimoire as far as the actual spells and their purpose, but kind of unorthodox in the sense that most of the time you're looking more at herbal practices, or you're looking at certain sort of charmed or enchanted objects or something like that, or a series of summoning invocations to a demon or an angel or something like that. This doesn't really have that. This entirely is based upon the divine lettering system. And so, again, link in the description where you can purchase my edition of this work off Amazon. Second link to the books blog with a great many more materials available. That's about all. Peace out.